Hey, good morning, all of you. Just wait 2 more minutes and then we'll start. Hello, good morning, all of you guys. Uh, Let me just check with admin if every one of you joined or someone is trying to join. Just give me 1 more minute and then I'm going to start. Okay, so Priyanka, we can go ahead now, right?
No, sir. Just wait for 2-3 minutes. Still joining.
Okay, so guys, for time being, let me get to know about you guys, what you do, from which location you have joined in all these. And then I will, of course, tell about our organizations, about me and all these. Okay, so everyone, please, can you just quickly share about your location? You can just put in the message also because I can see people join from many different countries. So you can just put your location from which location you are joining. Okay, I got few of you. Okay, good. So like people join from many different places. That's good to see you guys. Let me tell you something about myself and our organization after that. So I'm Rajneesh and I have almost 18 years of experience in IT. I started working in database, then moved to ETL, and then moved to cloud technologies. Now, let me tell you something about organization where I'm working. So we established this organization almost 10 years back, but I'm teaching almost 15 years technologies, different technologies. And we established this organization, we registered the company and all these things almost 10 years back. From that time, mostly we are giving training in US, Canada, this North America region, mostly. And when I was in India, I was giving training there also, mostly in Bangalore. So from almost 15 years, I'm in US and giving most of the training in North America region. From last 2 years, I started giving training in various locations, just online. Here we have classroom, but whoever are not nearby or not in same country, they attend online classes. And sometime we start class in New York time evening and sometime in the morning time just to cater all various locations. We are giving training on multiple technologies, okay? And our goal is to not just teach in very much traditional way where we'll keep going through the PPT and then we'll go very fast and all these things. Here we try to ensure the last student in class also should get equal opportunities to learn. I understand many of you might have from IT background, many of you may be very much fresh in IT, or many of you from non-IT background. So I have to look into each of you progress, okay? And then our main goal is to land you job for you at like beginning from fresher level till very much senior level. Today in this boot camp, we are targeting mostly just the basic understanding about Azure. And this is just very short duration boot camp. It's just 2 days to make you aware about what is cloud and all these. Got it? So that's the goal in all these things. As far as our social media footage tape concern, I can give you some idea about our YouTube channel. It's Vani Technologies. And if you will go here in the video section or playlist section, you can get various courses here. But it will be not in very much detail though, but you can get basic to intermediate idea on different technologies. Though we have not put all the technologies here yet, our regular journey here is to make you prepare for interview. So whenever you guys get time, right, you just start using phone. Either you travel or whenever you get at least 5-10 minutes, I'm pretty sure all of you start using cell phone. And mostly 3-4 social media sites, right? YouTube, Insta, and then few more. So our goal is when you are using social media, that time just take 10 to 20% of your time just to serve these many technologies. Either you can go through the video or on daily basis, we are publishing quizzes also on various technologies. Like you can see Unix. If you will just get 2 minutes time, you can just go to our channel and you will get all the interview questions on different technologies. Like you can see Unix day-wise, Databricks day-wise, then Python day-wise, as well as Snowflake, SQL. So you will get to know, and you can see here a lot of people come and keep answering it. Got it? So that's how you can see here almost 262 people just answer, which we um, put on Friday. So likewise, you can just do your interview practice also free of cost. Plus, we put some of the funny videos also. If you will see here, like we keep the video in very simple way where everyone can understand. For an example, if you will go to suppose DDL or go through any of our tech funny videos, got it? We are running some of the series also here where you will understand any technology in very, very easier way. For an example, if you will get some time, you can get and then look into some of the funny videos here. Here, the Raj series, like a movie, we keep putting part one, part two, part three, like that. So basically, this Raj series is focusing more on how cloud is benefiting real time world or human life on daily basis. Got it? Today we don't have much time to go over this story, but maybe once in the extensive class, I will explain you this story in very detail. So now, it's similar way we put all the stories and all on Insta also. For an example, I can just run one of the SQL video. So if you are working on Azure, you should be knowing SQL also. We just finished SQL Bootcamp a few weeks back. You can also look into the video section in YouTube, or you can let us know if you want to learn. For an example, if you will just go here and try to see what kind of video we are putting here, right? So I can just run quickly one of the
Imagine
video
building
here.
your dream house. But what if I told you SQL works exactly the same way? Yes, brick by brick, column by column. Before laying a single brick, you need a plan. Not just any plan, one that defines every room, every door, every foundation. And this is where the magic begins. This is where DDL steps in. It's not just SQL commands, it's the language of structure. Want to know how we go from this empty land to a fully designed mansion, ready to hold your data?
Okay, so that was just one sample where you can just in few seconds, you can understand the concept of SQL DDL. Got it? Now, these were the introduction, who we are and what we do and all. And when we'll about to finish the classes, I will show you one of our learning portal where anyone can go and they can learn by themselves. So you can see many courses here: Azure, data warehousing, database, ETL, operating system, PySpark, Pythons. Apart from that, we are also giving training on big data, Databricks, and all these things. That course is in progress. We have not built, we are still building that, but you can attend our online classes. So once we'll finish today's class, we'll go ahead and look into Azure fundamental courses, how it looks like and all these. Okay. So that was the introduction. If any one of you have any question, concern, please message or speak up. I will just put 2 minutes for you guys to just speak up and put your point or ask some question, concern, and then we'll move forward, guys. Any one of you? Okay, so looks like all of you are ready to get some idea about cloud. Yeah, it's Azure fundamental session. Yes. In Azure, we are teaching many various technologies, okay, like fundamentals, mostly ADF, we are focusing on right now, and then after that, Databricks. So let's try to first gain some idea about Azure, and then we'll move forward, and it is based on your planning, you guys can let us know. Okay, so let's move forward and let's try to first understand before going to Azure fundamentals and all, right? What is this cloud computing all about? We need to understand what is cloud first, and then only we will come to know that why we have to use Azure and all these things. So guys, if any one of you have some idea about cloud computing, can any one of you just tell me a normal example? So we'll focus on Azure a little bit later, but first tell me if any one of you know what is cloud all about.
Renting the services.
Okay, anyone else? So let me tell you what is this cloud technology all about, guys. See, nowadays, almost all of you are using cloud technologies in your daily life. Either you are putting your picture or you are using email and all these things. Everything is on cloud itself. But email you guys are using from long back, right? Go to any computer, just go to the URL, put your email ID and password, and you will see all of your contents already there, right? Either you go to US, you go to India, you go to any countries or any places, you just should have a computer and you should be knowing the URL, your email URL, your email ID and password, and you will able to log into email, right? So that is also one sort of cloud technology itself, guys. And that is existing almost from 20, 30, 40 years. Now, let's talk about what enhancement happened in that recently. Because we were already using that, right? Long back. So what happened? Slowly, data volume started increasing from 20, this 20th century. And then, like if you will talk about after 2000, data volume started increasing rapidly. And after 2010, the data size has grown very faster. Now, after 2020, it's in terabytes. Terabyte is very much normal thing nowadays, right? Even in your cell phone also, you can get 1 terabyte space, right? But 10 years back, we were talking about in gigabyte. 20 years back, we were talking about in MBs or GB, right? So now you can think of when the data size keep growing, users will also grow, right? So how it has started all these things in on serious mode, what happened? All of you use Amazon, right? So they were using only 80% of server, 70% of server in rush hour. And in normal days, they were using just 20% of their server. Why? Because in festival season, like here in Christmas time or Thanksgiving and all these, they lot of people buy goods actually. They keep waiting for whole years to get the goods in this time. Nowadays, I heard in India also it has started, right? Big sale and all this. So what was happening? All the online companies who were selling their product, they were keeping lot of idle server whole year just to use in festive season so that their customer should not kind of get frustrated or they should able to sell the product. That's how this thing came in picture that, hey, why not anyone else can use the server on rent? Got it? So this got presented in some of the big conference and all these, and that's how Amazon started giving server on rent. Okay. Now you guys will surprise who was the first customer or one of the first customer. So basically, there is a company called Netflix. They were facing lot of issues in terms of their movie speed. Got it? Suppose if their server is in one city in California and someone using in Indonesia to watch movie and internet is very slow, what will happen? 2 hours movie will become 4 hours movie, right? And they were losing the customers. So what they said, okay, give me the server on rent, and they kept the movie at multiple server, and whoever user were watching the movie, they were using the nearest server. Got it? Automatically. So that's how it became very famous. And later on, there are 4 or 5 players on cloud world who are front runner in this technology. So Microsoft is one of the player who provide cloud basically. Now, why we are going to learn this thing in this class, how it is going to affect us. So basically what happened in beginning, they started using just the server. Got it? Then operating system, databases and all, they were not using. They were just using their own license, installing their own operating system, just using only the hard disk space. Later on, company has started thinking, hey, why I have to bring my own operating system? I can just, if any cloud provider can provide operating system also, we can just use their operating system itself, right? And the cost will keep increasing based on whatever things you are going to use. For an example, suppose you don't want to buy 1 terabyte laptop, you just buy only 1 gigs laptop and all of your files and all these things put on a remote server. Got it? Same way companies started doing. They are not using even operating system also. So in old era, what they decided, okay, let's use operating system also of the cloud provider itself. After some time, they started thinking, hey, why I have to get database also and install on cloud server and all these things. If cloud provider itself can provide database, license and all these. So installation will be very faster. And again, they can charge based on the use. So that's how slowly, lot of software got integrated in cloud itself, guys. And people use whatever they need. Got it? So that's how three models basically, now if you will see, three models came in picture. What are these models all about? So let's try to understand it. So first one was infrastructure as service. Got it? So you just need their server, storage, networking. That was just in the beginning, right? When people started using a remote server, just use their storage, their server, and network. Got it? Later on, people started thinking, hey, why not let's use some more applications, some more softwares that comes under platform as service, PaaS. So in PaaS, all the IaaS part will be included, and apart from that, addition to that, there will be some of the applications. Later on, like people always try to get more and more luxury, right? That's why, since you are in this class right now, it means you have some more dream to achieve, right? Whatever you are doing, you want to do it better, more better things. But why? Just to live more luxurious life, right? Nothing else. Just to get more money, just to settle down more in better way and live more luxurious life. That's why all of you here, right, guys? And that's good actually. So always people should be much more ambitious, right? So that same thing happened here too. So what happened? The third model came in cloud, that is software as a service. And here you get all the various applications basically. Got it? So these are the three models. Now you can see here in IaaS, you have server storage, networking, firewalls, securities, data center, and all these. In PaaS, you get different databases, operating systems, and all these. And SAS, you get all the hosted applications. What is the hosted applications basically? So there are a lot of tools like ETL, right? Then reporting tools, analytical tools, and all these. So based on the company need, they follow any of these three models. Got it? So now these are in very much detail about what are the models. Now, what happened? People have to choose which type of cloud they want. Got it? And it totally based on how much luxury they need. Luxury in the sense, public cloud will be distributed cloud, means same internet will be shared among multiple cloud users, right? And basically the infrastructure and all will be public cloud infrastructure. But private cloud is, you can think about where they need more security, more faster speed, right? For an example, kind of bank, right? They need to have more security, plus their network and all should run faster, because you can think about a situation where you are transferring money to someone and suddenly it got hacked. Suppose you are transferring $10,000 and it's saying in your system that it transferred, but your friend did not received it. Now you can think of the situation, right? Or the server got hacked by someone. So for these kind of organization, cloud providers provide private cloud. Got it? And there are some hybrid kind of cloud also, where you get some part of cloud as private and some part of cloud as public. Got it? So that was part one of the class today. And now I'm going to invite to one more instructor of Vani, and that is Simran. So Simran, it's your dais now.
Hello, thanks Rajneesh. I hope I'm audible. Okay.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, let me share my screen. All right. Okay. So hello and welcome to Azure Fundamentals Bootcamp. My name is Simran Preet. I am Microsoft Certified Data Engineer, and this is an orientation as well as an introductory class to for the Azure Fundamentals. And this session is both an orientation and an introductory, designed to help you get started with the Azure Fundamentals. Our goal is to give you a strong foundational understanding of cloud computing using Microsoft Azure. And by the end of this bootcamp, you will have the knowledge and clarity to explore your exciting career paths in data, such as if you want to become a data engineer, data scientist, data architect, or any other cloud related roles you may be aiming for. So I'm excited to be a part of this journey with you and will support your learning goals and professional growth. So we will be learning about the Azure today. And first of all, what is Azure and why Azure, right? So since we are focusing on Azure, we will start by understanding the platform itself. This is a Microsoft platform, and what Microsoft Azure offers, the different types of storage solutions we have in Microsoft, and the services available for data processing, analysis, serving, and for any semantic understanding. So we will not go too deep into each product, because at the fundamental level, the goal is to build a broad holistic view of the Azure's capabilities and how they fit into the real world use cases. Okay, so let's understand about the course first. Our bootcamp is divided into 6 focused sessions, which will be structured into 2 main parts. The first part will include cloud fundamentals, where we will be learning about what are the cloud fundamentals we have, and about the Azure architecture and the compute services, Azure networking. And in the part after part 1, we will cover part 2, and in session 4 we will be exploring Azure storage. In session 5 we will be looking into the identity, access, and security within Azure, and Azure cost management. Then we will wrap up with the Azure governance and compliance, Azure resource management, and Azure monitoring services. So let's start with the first session, which is our cloud fundamentals. So in this, we will start with the what cloud computing is, that Rajneesh has already mentioned a little bit about it, and we will be looking more into it. So in this, we start with what cloud computing is. I'll be just going a little bit about it because it's already mentioned. So cloud computing is, and what makes it different from the traditional computing. We'll see some benefits of cloud computing, and before we wrap up, we will see 3 general types of cloud computing services that you already have seen. So cloud computing means like delivering the computing services over the internet, including the storage, servers, database, networking, software, and etc. etc. Instead, like owning a physical hardware, instead of owning physical hardware or software, you rent it as a service from a provider like a Microsoft Azure. There are another providers also, Amazon, Google, and Oracle. And what does that mean is, what is cloud computing mean is that this model will allow the organizations to efficiently manage and scale their IT infrastructure without the need for significant upfront investments. You don't have to buy the physical infrastructure, you don't have to buy, you don't have to do the investments upfront, but you can have what you want and what you need as per your usage. Okay, so and we do have the cloud computing. Private cloud is already mentioned, but I'll speak a little bit about it. So what is a private cloud? A private cloud is like having your own personal cloud inside your organization. It's like the organization will build and it will manage its own cloud using its own servers, usually in a private data center, like if in a secure building with the computers. Okay, the organization will be in the full control. They will manage everything, the storage, security, software, and who can access it. This is all by the organization, because this is a private cloud to the organization, and only people inside the organization, like the employees, can use it, and no public access is allowed. So, and we do have, this is public cloud. So public cloud is like using services on the internet that are shared with other users, but your data stays private, right? So you can say that a company like a Microsoft, Amazon, or Google, which owns and manages the cloud, you render services like their storage, servers, or apps from them, and you don't have to build or maintain anything. They will handle it all, and anyone can sign up and use it, like the businesses, developers, or the individuals. There is another one, hybrid cloud, which is already mentioned, but this is a mix of private cloud and public cloud working together. So an organization is using both its own private cloud and public cloud services. The two systems are connected, so data and applications can move between them, and it gives you more flexibility. Keep the sensitive stuff private and use the public cloud for the rest. Then we have cloud model comparison. What is the comparison between all of them? So if in summary we can say what is the comparison between all of 3 clouds, that we can say that the public cloud is like renting an apartment in a big building. There you don't have to you don't need to buy the building. You have just move in fast, move out fast, just bring your stuff and you're ready. Pay for what you use, only you pay the rent and the utilities. This is the shared walls, you live next to others, but your apartment is still private, right? So, and the private cloud is you have to buy the house, the servers, the hardware that you have to buy in the private cloud, which is a little bit expensive, and you fix your own stuff. That means like you have to maintain the cloud itself yourself, and then you can, but you have a full control over it because this is a private cloud. You can have you can install your whatever you want, and the modifications what you want, you can do it. And you also manage the security and maintenance in here. And the hybrid cloud is like it's like use your house for the important things, and you use it like visit, you need more space, you can have it. You can pick the both of, like if you want the private or the public cloud you want to use it, you can just change it as per that. It's more flexible and still in control of yours. And next we have is consumption based model. So what does that mean? Consumption based model is the simple explanation is that cloud service providers like Microsoft Azure we are talking about here, it uses a pay as you go model. So do you understand what is pay as you go model? What does that mean? Anyone? Okay, so pay as you go model means you only pay for what you use, nothing more, nothing less. Just like you're paying for, just an example, like you were paying for your electricity. You are buying food from outside, and that is by weight you have to pay. If you are buying 1 kg of rice, you are just paying for 1 kg of rice. That's it. And also like if like another example is that if you don't want the whole pizza, you just buy one slice, then you have to pay for one slice only, right? So eat more, pay more. That is the cloud consumption based model, that is pay as you go. So use more, pay more, use less, pay less. So we will be learning about it. We will do a practical implementation, how we go for the pay as you go model. That we will do in the later coming up. And then we have cloud benefits. We will be talking about it. What are the cloud benefits we have is and how it is better than the traditional cloud. So first of all, we do have high availability, elasticity, and scalability. And what does that mean? The scalability. Does anyone of you know about the scalability or elasticity? No idea? Okay. So scalability is the ability of a system to increase or decrease its capacity. Like if you're using a computer, you have your computing power or memory to meet your demands. So there are two types of scalability. We have a vertical scalability and horizontal scalability. And what does that mean? That means that it grows with your needs. When you have a requirement of any resource from Amazon, from Microsoft, you can just have it upscale and downscale as per your needs. So vertical scalability is scaling up and scaling down. That means adding more power to a single machine like your RAM or CPU. So for example, let's say an example, start with a server. If you have a server of 4 GB RAM and you upgrade it to 8 GB and then 12 GB if more power is needed. And like it's like giving your laptop more memory to handle big applications, right? So you can, if you want to, real life example is like you can upgrade your car engine, same car but more power. It's like that. That is the scalability. That's a very important feature of the cloud. There is another one, this is the vertical scalability, and there is horizontal scalability, that is scaling out and scaling in. That is like you can add more machines or instances to handle the increased load. So for example, one server with 8 GB RAM is not enough. You just add another one. And now you have two servers. Sorry. So now you have two servers, each with 8 GB RAM, handle the work together, and can add or remove the servers as needed. So this is your vertical scalability, horizontal scalability. And next is we'll talk about elasticity. Elasticity is when you are scaling it automatically based on the demand. So again, there is scaling, which is elasticity is when your system can automatically scale up or down depending on how much work there is. So like for example, in the daytime, your users are visiting your application and system is adding more servers automatically because it needs more capacity, and at night there are few users, so your system will remove itself the extra servers to save the cost, right? So this is called the elasticity. So the system is elastic itself to consume more users and to remove the more space that we have already adapted during the more rush timings. Okay, and then we have, so all of these are cloud benefits that we will be learning in the later sessions. So far we are working on high availability, elasticity, and scalability. And then next we have is the cloud service types, which already is covered by Rajneesh. That is your infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. The comparison is already done too. So the we do have some different features in all of them, in the infrastructure as a service, cloud as a platform as a service, and software as a service, that we also have covered already. So I'm moving on to the shared responsibility model, that also we have discussed, that who is responsible for the physical data center in all of three models. And on premises we do have everything is handled by the customers. And then you have infrastructure as a service, which is like you have some features you are is handling by the cloud, and there is another one which still has to handle by the customer. That is, your physical data center will be handling by the cloud provider, physical network, and the physical host. In your platform as a service, we do have shared responsibilities as well for the identity and directory infrastructure, applications, and network controls. We will be doing more about it when going forward. Next, we will be talking about Azure architecture and Azure compute services. And about this, we will be talking about the regions and the availability zones we have. Do you understand about the regions? Just like you guys are from different regions, right? So in cloud, we do have the same. So in the Azure architecture components, we will be studying about regions and availability zones. We have subscriptions and resource groups that we will be working practically on, and the compute, which is the compute types and application hosting. First of all, let's do the regions. Okay. So regions and the availability zones is like a region is a geographic location where the Microsoft has one or the more data centers. Do you understand about the data centers? If anyone here is from non-IT background, can you tell me what are the data centers? A little bit understanding? No? Okay, no problem. So data centers are is a region kind of. A region is a geographic location where the Microsoft has one or more data centers that host Azure services. Data centers are where the services are. Okay, so examples. The regions are we have is East US, West Europe, Southeast Asia, Central India, anyone. And Microsoft is having 60 plus regions across 140 plus countries, and this is like more than any other cloud provider. So we will be like our data centers, our resources can be in any of these regions, and they can interact with each other in the different regions also. That is called Azure region. And we do have some other region pairs also, that also we will talking about later, because once you understand that how we create the resource groups, how we will be working on it practically, then you will understand what the region means and the region pair means. Okay. Next we have is Azure resources. So do you understand about the Azure resources? Let's do the subscription first, maybe after this. Okay, so what are the Azure resources? Anyone? Let's see the portal first. So this is the Azure portal we have, and to practically understand what are the resources and where are the resource groups, and you are having like what resources we will be talking about, it's better to see at the portal first. And let me take you to the Azure portal. It's the login we have to log in here to deploy our services and to manage them. The website is called portal.azure.com, where we should have an account, and I will let you know how to have the account also on it. So I'm just going to open it. So this is a Azure portal under which you can see your Azure services, the resources you can get from Microsoft, from Azure platform. So, and this is the UI that you will see when you will log in into it. I will let you know that how to do that subscription also after this. So I want you to interact a little bit about it, the resources that we have in here, the services that it is providing. So if you see here, we do have virtual machines. We have data factories. Is anyone of you is from ETL background? Do you know what is Azure Data Factory? Okay, no one. That's okay. That's okay. We will be understanding about Azure Data Factory, storage accounts, data breaks, resource groups, and all in very, very detail. Okay, this is just an introduction of the portal so that you get familiar with this workspace and you know that how to work on it, and you can do your work around all the resources we have available here. So we do have, first of all, we do have the resource groups that we create. That is a logical container where we are keeping all of our resources. The resources, if you want to see here, first of all, let's go for the cost management, because I've been talking about pay-as-you-go model. So I'll let you know that what does that exactly means. So if you see here, can you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay. So this is like, if you see, we have the billing account. So pay as you go means like whatever you are using, you can just see here that you will be charged for that amount only. We do have the cost analysis. We do have all these icons. If you see cost by resource, cost by subscription, cost by services, and the reservations. So you can see all the cost management here. So you can also see like whatever you will create here, the data factory, the databases, or you have the virtual networks in any region. So these are the regions, US East, your subscriptions are here. So whatever you will select, you will get the cost management as per that. Okay. And whatever you are going to create, you will get the charges for that. Let's do a basic, let me create a storage account for you, and let's see that how will it affect my portal. I do have some storage accounts. Do you know what a storage account is? So storage account is like your database on the cloud. So you keep your data in there and you use it as per your requirement. We do have databases. We do have storage accounts in here. Let's see about the storage account first. But before that, I will create a resource group. And you can always come here in the search bar, find out the resource groups, and you can create one. Okay. So I do have some of them created already. I'm going to create one for you. So it comes with the create a resource group. First of all, resource group is a logical container, and whatever in a data center we need some resources, we are keeping all of them at one place, and that will be under this resource group. The subscription is this. We do have that I haven't created yet, but I'll create one for you. This is the subscription I have. The resource group name, let's say I'm just giving here is Bootcamp demo, and I'm keeping it as RG. There is the region. So you can always go to these tooltips if you are new to the portal, if you are new to the to work with the Microsoft services. You can always go to these tooltips and you can see what does it mean. Okay, this is the first thing. You can go, you can understand what you have to write here, how you can describe your resource. This is the region you have, so choose the Azure region that's right for you and your customers. So for example, if you're working in the real time, you're working in which region you're working in, which is closest to you, you can just have it. I'm taking here there is East US2, and when you do the drop down, you can see all other options here. All these options you can see and you can select which is closest to you. Can anyone tell me anything which is closest to you, nearby to you? My nearest is East US2. No answers? Okay, then I'm taking just the one I have. Okay, so when you go to next here, you can tag your resources. So this is apply tags to your Azure resources to logically organize them by categories. So categories means you can always have a different environment that you're working on. If you're working in your development, if you're working in your UAT, or you're working in production, you can always have a tag here, and you can tag it to the team. Maybe in one development, you have in the development environment, you're working on different applications, so you can just tag that team to for the particular resource group. Okay, and then next you have is just this is the subscription, this is the resource group name. Now it will validate the information you have provided and it will create it just like this. So this is how you can see your resource group created. That is the first thing that you will do while working on your resources. So, and now if you go to, when you refresh it, you can see your resource group here. So this is the one I have. Now, whatever I will create under this resource group, you can see everything under in here. So let's say I'm going to create one storage account. These are the storage accounts you have. You can have many storage accounts. There can be blobs, there can be ADLS Gen 2 that I will let you know. I'll create one of them. So storage is guys where you are keeping your data. It may be your source database, it may be your target, or it just you are using to get a file from here or a table from there. So this is the subscription I have. And do you remember which resource group we have created just now? Come on guys, you can answer this.
BootCamp demo RG.
Okay. All right. So this is the one we have, and then there is a storage account name. Again, I'll go to the tooltip and I'll see the name must be unique across all the existing storage account names in Azure. It must be 3 to 24 characters long and can contain only lowercase letters and numbers. So you can have here, maybe we can say blob storage. Because see, the storage account name blob storage is already taken. So if someone has already taken it, you can just give it another name. You can give your name as here bootcamp, or maybe Azure. No, suggest me some name.
Hitesh.
Hitesh. Okay. See, it worked. Okay, thank you. So this is the blob storage. I'm taking Hitesh's name under that, and there is a region that we have already selected. You can have the preferred storage type that I'm keeping it as Azure Blob Storage or Azure Data Lake Storage N2. There is a performance. So performance, you can determine whether you want to have a premium performance, or for the file shares you can have another performance. But we always keep it as the performance, like we can have standard or the premium. This is standard is recommended for the most scenarios. Whenever we have a V2 account, which is the most advanced one, then we keep it as a standard, or there can be premium for this is the most this is the advanced version of the storage account, but it will, as I said, that this is pay as you go model. So whenever you are taking a superior object from here, you have to pay more. So for the premium version, you have to pay more. I'm just keeping it standard to be more like a little cost efficient. Okay. So then we have the redundancy. Redundancy is a data in your Azure storage account. It is always replicated to ensure the durability, right? So this is a geo redundant storage. There are options you can see locally: LRS, GRS, GRS, and GGZRS. Okay. So all of these just dependent on how do you want to work on your project. LRS is the locally redundant. That means like it will handle the data locally. Geo means like it will handle the data globally, but you have to pay more. So I'm just keeping it as LRS so that you can have the cost efficient resource that we will create. Next I have is these options. So I have configured the security settings that will impact your storage account. We don't have to use anything. We don't have to change anything here. There is one option that I want to mention here, that is the enable hierarchical namespace. So we have two kinds of blob storages, blob, and we do have ADLS Gen 2, which is Azure Data Lake Gen 2. And there is a difference between both of them, that we do have hierarchical namespace enabled in the ADLS Gen 2, that we will be doing it in a more advanced manner, like when we will be working on our after the bootcamp, we will be in the class, we will be working on it. But I'm just telling you, there is a difference between the hierarchical namespace and the bootcamp. The blob storage is just the flattened storage that we have. And here, if I enable this, it will give me ADLS Gen 2, which is Azure Data Lake Gen 2. And otherwise it will be just a flattened storage space. Okay. So I'm keeping it like that only because I'm creating a blob here. You don't have to do anything here. There is tiers that is going to be hot, which is optimized for frequently accessed data. And if you have like if you're using your data a lot, like once in an hour, every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes, then you have to use this tier. Cool is for infrequently accessed data, and for the backup scenarios, like if you're using your data once in a while, not once in a while, but less frequently. For example, you're using your data in a week or after 2 days or 3 days. And then there's a cold one, which is for the just for the archive data, or when you are just needing it once in a while. And after that, you don't have to do anything. There is networking that we are not going to change anything in here. And also there is a data protection, that is all the options we have is enough for us. That is, we are retaining the data for 7 days, and we are deleting the containers after 7 days, all that stuff, which is okay for us. And then is encryption, not going to change anything. Tags is the same that we have talked about before. And then we have is review plus create, so it will, the cloud will review its validation, which is okay, and then we can create it. We can just create it, and it will look like the containers we have already. So let me create it. And so it has already started a deployment is in progress. So when we will create, when it will be created, you can see this storage account in the other storage accounts that we have already. It might take a minute to deploy, and then you can see it over there. We can always come here, and if you see, we can see the blob storage, and that means that it is already created. And when you can see, when you open your storage accounts, refresh it, you can see your blob storage here. That is how we are creating our storage accounts. All right. And before moving forward, let me tell you about the Azure subscription also, because that is the basic thing. If you want to do a workaround, if you want to see like if you can, if you want to create your own account, then we can. I do have an account, that's why I'm just going to incognito window, and this is the Azure free account. Now these options, this is the basic thing that you will be doing while working on Azure, because Azure will provide you $200 for the learning purpose. You can always have them. See, if you see here, you can see two options. Try Azure for free. We have pay as you go model. Okay. So try Azure for free if you are eligible for the free account, and you will get your $200 in your account for the learning when you are creating your resources. So that's fine. And this is available for 30 days. And then you have the pay as you go. If you are not eligible for this somehow, you can always go for pay as you go model. But this is always like the first priority is that we are getting that Azure for free. So I'm just letting you know how to create this account. See, this is you have this Microsoft here, sign in. So because I'm going to start it from scratch, I'm going to create one email here, and you are going to help me in that. Let's say we are this is data engineering bootcamp. So creating one here, or you can just yeah, that is fine. Okay, so I'm going to create it. And what will be the, what can be the password? It can be, I'm just keeping it as password if it will work. Okay, at 1 2 3. You have to give some details here that you can give as per your birthday and all the like generic one, your name. I'm taking Hitesh. What is your last name, Hitesh?
Saukikar.
Sorry?
Chaukikar.
Can you spell it?
CHAUKIKAR.
AU. Mm-hmm. KAR. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a name, and these are just like it will ask you if you are human. You have to press it and hold it. Okay. We have seen that the password is used too many times, so I have to change a password. Maybe would you like to suggest some password? Okay, I'm keeping one here, and it will let you go. And again, we are here. So it's still validating my account if my email is new, if the password is not being used many times, if I am a human. Okay, so this is all Microsoft is doing. Right, so next, sign in faster with your face. I'm going to skip it now. It will process your information and see, create your free account, and free account will give you $200 credit to use in your first 30 days. That is good for your practice. You can work around on the Azure platform. You can have as much, you can create your resources, but also like you can manage your cost. You can see like as the resources you are creating, how much money you are going to pay to them, and if it falls under $200 and it is good to go for the 30 days, that also I will let you know about it. And there is free monthly amounts of 20 plus popular services for 12 months. This is all of this like you will be getting in your Azure free account. Okay, and here now you get some information. You have to provide some personal information. This is for your personal use or you use in connection with an organization. So you have to give, like if you're studying, you can give your university name, or if you are working somewhere, you can just mention that I'm using it for my personal use, so I'm keeping it like that. There is a country that I'm here in, and the last name and our email is here as well. I'll copy that email because maybe I have to go there. So there is also a phone number that you have to give. See, the phone number was required before. Now I think it's not at all required, but you can just give any phone number if you want. I mean, your number, if you want, you can just give it here, but it's not mandatory. Please solve the puzzle. So now you have to solve a puzzle here. So puzzle is like you have to use the arrows to rotate this, just to show like you are a human being. So I'm keeping, does it look good? Are they matching the directions?
Yes.
I think yes. So I'm going to submit it and let's see. Yeah, the verification is completed. Okay, and yeah, so when I go down, 1 second. Okay, when you go to next, okay, so I have to give my phone number. It will verify the number also. Okay, so you have to give your address. So address, we can, is any volunteer who will give me your address? I can just take it 123, and it will definitely verify the address. Maybe we can see that. That's it, and that's it. You just have to say next. Okay, so we could not validate your address. So there is, I understand. Because this is not a real address I put. So whatever the information you will give, they will validate your information, and as per that, after validating only, they will move forward. Okay. So let's see what it goes to say. So after that, I'm just going to, I can change the information here and then we can move ahead. Okay, so it's fine. They have taken the address, which means like you can give your address or any other address also. The card holder's name, if you want to change, you can change the name here, and there will be a card that you have to give. Also the expiration date on it, the CVV and the address line that you have already used will be here, and you just have to do the sign up. When you sign up, your account will be it will be a new credit card on credit or a debit card on the account for the first time. The phone number that have been talking about is they need a valid phone number, but they are not looking for a new phone number anymore. But before that, there was a new email and new phone number every time you are signing for a new Azure account. Okay. So here, this is how we create a free account. When you sign up on your email, on a new email, you will get $200 on your account, and that will be your free account for a month, for 30 days, right? So this is how we have created the free account, but I'm just going back to my portal. Yeah, so here, so after your 30 days are over, the subscription will be over, and then now, because I have this account, this is pay as you go, and in this account, whenever you are creating the resources, you have to pay it by your pocket, from your pocket. Okay, so it depends like which resources are you creating, you have to pay as per that. So for example, where we went for the cost management, right? So cost management, in the cost management, that is the first thing that you have to see in the real time. When you are working, you have to see like how much you are paying for each resources. Okay, I go to cost analysis, and I definitely will see if my free subscription is gone, or if it's not gone, just not because I don't want myself to be charged extra because I just haven't turned off my ETL machine, or I haven't removed an extra data storage in here. Okay, so what does that mean is, when you do it cost by resource or the resource groups, you will get here, this is the resource group. Let me see about my resource group, the one I have just created. See, it will show you the resource groups that we have created. Should be showing. Okay, so I do not have the subscription, so there will be no resource group for me as well. My resource group will be under the one we have already working on, but still it's not showing. Which resource group we have created? This one, right? Bootcamp demo RG. But we do not have it in there, and we do have, see, the storage account I have created is under this resource group. So whatever the resources I'm going to create under this resource group, everything will be falling under this window. Okay, you can see, you can open directly from here like this. See, all your data storage, your containers, file shares, queues and tables, you can see here. And the blob storage that I have been talking about is like you can have one container, you can create one container in here, and but in the other storage account that I was talking about was ADLS Gen 2, there you can have hierarchical namespace. That means like you can create container under a container, you can have more directories, and you can have hierarchical namespace of the containers you have in the data storage. Okay, That also we will talk about in the class. And here if you create one, let's say I'm creating one container here that is raw, just hit create. It successfully created the storage container inside. I'll open it and I can upload any file. So from here you can drop a file, you can upload a file here, that is when you are browsing it on your system. Just here like any CSV file. Let's say this. It will take the file from your system, you upload in here and it will be in your container. You can always open it. See, now the whole information of your storage account and the file you have in the storage account is here. You can see your versions, you can see the snapshot that we will be talking about it later. Here you can edit it and you can see the file. This is the file that I have uploaded. Okay, it was just a random file that I have taken from my system just to show you that how can we see it. All right, that makes sense, guys. Isn't it interesting how quickly just with one click you can upload a file, you can have it in the storage and you can just create your resources. How easy it is to work on the cloud, isn't it? Say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Any yes, any no. Yes, it is, right? Okay, so we were talking about the resource group in the cost management. So because this is new, I haven't created many resources, so it is not showing up, or maybe it will take it later. So whenever, like I'll delete it after that, after this boot camp, I'll delete it, but you can always come up here whenever you have a free account. Also, you can always come up here, you can search with your resource group that you have, and you can search that which resource is taking more or less charges. Okay, so I'm just showing you with one of the resource group that I have already. Let's say this one. Okay, so here I have in this resource group, this resource group, I do have Azure Data Factory, I have a SQL database, I have 2 storage accounts. Okay, so and here you can see the type, you can see the location where it is, and if there is any tag you can see in here. And see, this data factory is costing me $3.60 so far. There is a SQL database that is costing me 23 cents, and then the storage accounts is just less than 1 cent each. Okay, so it means the costliest one I have is Azure Data Factory. So I'll be always taking care of my Azure Data Factory. It is not going to charge me more than I want to spend on it. For that also, we will talk about, we do have the alert rules, we have the cost alerts that we can work on. So it's very easy to work on this workspace, and you have everything available in here to make you self-reliant, to make you cost effective going forward. Okay, and also after that,
I think let's
wrap
let
up.
them little bit do research, Simran.
Okay,
So today you guys understood some of the concept on Azure part, right? Or what is the resource group, subscription, how to create the account, and then where you can do all the cost analysis and all these. And you must have now very good idea about creating the account and start rolling there, right? So
Yes, sir.
basically, you can see here in Simran screen, the storage account you can consider as your hard disk, where we store files different types of files and all these. So that's what Simran was explaining you. And all these things come under the source group. So suppose if there are 5 projects are running, then we can create different 5 resource group. Means it's like a folder where we put all the different types of services basically. Okay. Tomorrow we will continue again and we'll explain you more about how to create few more resources. We'll not have much time because today you saw just creating the account or setting the storage and all these things takes much time. So we'll walk through all the different various services and we'll just try to give you some idea about how to create the resources and all these. And there is one of the very famous ETL tool in Azure that is called Azure Data Factory. So we'll try to showcase you that as well. So now let me present my desktop, Simran, and then I can
Sure,
just show
Simran.
you
Yeah.
the learning path. So guys, as I was talking about, so Simran will continue again on tomorrow also on show you some part of different services and all these. But today I just want to show you in few minutes that what is the learning curve in Azure side. So we have one LMS portal called vani.com, and when you will log in here, first of all, you will have to register. You have to create the account vaanii.com. You can create it. And once you will log in here on dashboard, you will see what are the courses you are using basically. So suppose if someone is having these many courses, they can see their progress also. Okay. So if you will browse the courses, you will see all the courses basically. And how to start learning, you will have to just click on the Azure course. And then in Azure course, you can see Azure Data Factory, Fundamentals, Databricks, and all these. So if you will click here, in each course, we have 4 labels basically. And how to get the access? You have to click on label 1 and you have to choose the batch. Suppose any of the batch for bootcamp will create one separate batch actually. And then you will have to just send the request. Got it? I already have the course, so let me show you. So if I will go to Azure and then Azure Fundamentals, you can see, you can go to the label 1. And each label basically having different topics called miles. So if you will click on any of the miles, it will just in bottom, you will see different sections for that. Now, if you will go to the video or multimedia video side, so you will, since we have not kind of put any video here, so you are not able to see. But in many courses, you will see video here too. Now in the lesson section, you can get all the different topics. So basically, if I can make it in full screen, you can see here, this is the learning curve basically. So this course divided into 4, Azure Basic, Azure Fundamental, Intermediate, Advanced, and Complex. And here you will get to know each topic, that which topic will cover what. So basically label 1 is all the basic thing like subscription, compute, virtual network, and all these. And intermediate, you will come to know Azure Directory, DNS, and all these things. advanced few more topics on security center, key vault, and all these setup. And finally, there will be complex where you can set up firewall and all these things. We will give you access to all of you on level 1, basically. And level 1, you can just go and read free of cost. And then, like each section, there are assignments and exam. So if I can go to the assignment, and whatever you learn in this section, you will have to take the assignment basically. So if you will click here, the assignment will start, and then basically assignments, you have to put the answer here. Got it? And once you will put answer for all the questions, right, it will keep moving and you can submit the assignment. Once you will submit the assignment, it will go to the trainer and they will check your assignment. Apart from that, whenever you are going back and then just taking the exam, suppose, so I will go to mile 0 once more and take the exam here. So exam also, you will have objective type of questions. Got it? So suppose if you are going to put some answer here and you have not completed it much better way and submit it. So it will just show you fail in the road test. And if you want to retake the exam again, so suppose how many levels are there in Azure Fundamentals? It's 4, right? And then Azure is called Microsoft Cloud. What it is, Superstore, General Store, or shop or room, what it is. So I'm just going to select how many miles are there in this course. So if you will go through all these, then you can come to know how many total miles are there and all these, right? I'm just selecting third level is basically advanced. I selected just a random one, okay? You guys can go through that and then you will get to know much more better way. So now you can see here, whenever, so for all the topics, basically, we have divided it into miles, okay? And each miles you will have learning material, you will have lesson, assignment, exam, and video for that. We'll upload the video here. You guys can go through that. So for level 1, all of you can register here and then we'll give you access. How to do that? Similar way. First register to vaanii.com and then you can just go to Azure. In Azure, you can go to Azure Fundamentals, go to level 1 and send the request. Got it? So you can choose the batch and send a request from there. So this is all about today, guys. All of you can make your account on Azure, and then we'll go over tomorrow at same time. Any one of you have any question, concern? Anyone? No? Okay, so we'll see you guys tomorrow at same time, same link. Thanks, everyone.